What's good, YouTube? Welcome to drama. We got some more drama, baby. Yes sir, yes sir, yes sir. It's about a girl called Melanie Mac. You probably seen her on Twitter. Her take about no Gooner games or whatnot. I mean, I've seen some posts, people criticizing her, some people siding with her, some people calling her a hypocrite. Personally, I'm not that involved with her. I don't know, what her stands are, what her takes are, what her overall consensus is for the majority of, these related things. But that's why I'm here. All right, I'm gonna watch this video, see if she truly is, a hypocrite, or if she just has dumb takes as people say she has. So yeah, without further ado, let's hop into Gooner Gate addresses. Okay,
so this video has been a long time coming. A little over a month ago, I got canceled from the anti-woke side, right? Canceled or cancel attempt. It is what it is. I lost a lot of followers here on YouTube and on X.
It's a video like local. No, the quality of this webcam is just awful. Okay.
Because I said I do not want perversion in video games.
Okay. I do not want perversion in video games. What does that mean?
And that includes that of the straight variety, right? Now, some people I've learned that the anti-woke, there are different factions in the anti-woke crowd. I am a Christian. Duh. Everything I do, everything I say, everything in my life is centered around Christ.
Okay.
So I didn't make this channel 3 years ago to put my neck out there to get blacklisted from the video game industry so I can't even do mainstream work like I used to do. I didn't put myself in that position to call out the perversion with the queer ideology and this, that, and the other that has been infecting everything. I didn't put myself in that position just so I could turn around and push perversion just because it's straight. Not gonna happen. Now, if you want...
Okay, so she's standing on her, on her morals. She keeps her thoughts, or not thoughts, her opinions. I mean, so far, I don't really see any, like, hypocrisy or anything like that. Maybe, like, I could argue that, like, having a half-naked, Lara Croft doll in the back of your video, and then say I don't want perversion in games. I mean, this quite Gooner material, let's be honest, right? Like, I bet that there are, like, Lara Croft kind of, statues that have pants. Okay,
want some sort of context, I can give you a little bit. I'm not going to show the actual video because I do have a lot of Christians who follow me who probably wouldn't appreciate having something like that thrown on the screen, but a lot of you already know what I'm referring to. Now, this is...
Okay, hold on. Did she link the videos that she's talking about or not? No, of course not. She's a lazy cunt. All right. Maybe she'll show the...
game called The First Descendant.
Oh.
Didn't play it. Didn't really comment on the game itself. I commented on the material that was presented in question. And the material that was presented...
It's a mature rated game, though. Like, it's a mature rated game. It's for adults, so... I don't know. I think that changes the whole narrative. Like, if it's like meant for children, I think there's like a argument here. But like, that's an adult game. That's made for adults,
Presented in question of the tweet that blew up and got me so much backlash and hate and saying I was betraying everybody was a video of a character dancing and shaking her butt in a thong with the camera focused on it. Again, I'm not going to post it just out of respect to my fellow Christian viewers. And I know some guys are struggling with pornography and they don't want to see that because of that reason.
That's a fair argument. But also, like, it's adult content. Like, if you are going to argue that these things shouldn't exist just because of your moral values, that's just dumb. Honestly, that's just very dumb. And yes, there's definitely a very big pandemic, I guess you could say, about male porn addicts. I mean, personally, I've been a victim to it. But it's just, I think it's a bigger issue, or like it's not the main issue. I think there's like a thing that changes everything, and that is just internet in general, right? But I'm not gonna go into all that. But yeah, I mean, I guess you can criticize it, but like, whenever some people have like this portray of your like I guess political views, that's what I hate about this whole left and right debate, right? Like, you're either far right or far left. You're not like you can't be a centrist or fence sitter, as they call you then, right? Like, it's just, that's just very dumb to me, man. Like, what if I have right values, but I also at the same time have left values? Like, how is that not something that people can accept? No, you have to be one side. You can't be both. You can't be diverse. You can't be nuanced, because that is impossible. They can't compute that, right? That's just stupid to me. But yeah. Anyway.
Not only was I grossly misrepresented and told, oh, what are you talking about? You're being a prude because this character was 80% clothed, huh? Funny that you want to use those words. Oh, but she's 80% clothed, even if that includes nothing on the bottom. It kind of doesn't matter. Almost don't pretend, at least don't play stupid with me. Don't pretend that there was not lustful intent with that video.
I mean, that's 100% correct. I don't know what video she's talking about, but I know the First Descendant. I know I've seen clips of this game, of what it has to offer for players. It's essentially like a Call of Duty kind of FPS shooter, but like with big titty anime bitches. I mean, I can't be mad at that, But yeah.
And that is not what the intent of the whole question was, right? Because here's the thing. There is a side of the anti-woke that are like me and are like, hey, I don't want perversion in our media. I don't want this to seep through our mainstream media. When they ask the question, is this what gamers want? No, I don't want that. Just like I don't want the queer stuff and I don't want the gay stuff, right? I'm not forcefully taking this stuff out of existence, but I am shaming it, just like I do the gay stuff, because it poisons society. So
I mean, I don't think she's wrong here, bro. Like, pornography is toxic. Honestly, like, the whole porn industry is toxic. Like, it ruins lives, it ruins mental health, it ruins pretty much every single aspect of society, right?
I do the same thing with this. Now, again, people are like, oh, well, what about, I'm like, I didn't say. My only experience with this game that I have seen has been people posting cleavage shots, butt shots, and camel toe shots. And the question was, and there's another side of the game, your anti-woke side, that says that have been against the queer stuff with us, with me, and why perhaps they think we're on the same team is probably because we agreed on this. So they were loud and proud speaking against the queer stuff, but it's like, oh, wait a minute. You weren't against the queer stuff for any sort of moral reason. You were against the queer stuff because you weren't attracted to it, but you still want something equally as perverted, but just something that you are attracted to. Then it's like, hold up, I don't relate to you. That's not me either. And let's just talk about what is one of my arguments against the queer and the gay stuff that they keep adding to these games. These games keep tanking. They lack substance because these perverts, these queer perverts, want to insert their ideology into the game instead of actually making a good game. So guess what? They crash. Well,
True.
you know what? Same thing happened here. Here you have a game where the main focus and selling point has been driven by perverted reasons.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, okay, here you had a peak of 264,000, and then now it is at 9,000 concurrent players.
That's still a pretty successful game, bro. Like, that's nearly 10k people playing it right now. I don't know how many people are playing it right now. Hold on, let me check. Did they change the logo? I guess so. Okay. First Descendant. That's not how you spell it, is it? No, of course not. Hold on. Descendant. Oh, Descendant. Okay. Bad. Descendant. First Descendant. There you go. All right. Let's see. I mean, yeah. Look, 18k people are playing it right now. I mean, that's not a dead game. It's just not a dead game. Most games fall off. Like Marvel Rivals is a huge exception. Most games fall off after the first, week for a significant amount of people, right? But I mean, it's going stable, to be honest. Like, it's going downhill, but now it's flatlining. Now the normal amount of players that will be keeping on playing this game, if it keeps performing and be a good game and an enjoyable game, this is the amount of players that will keep playing, bro. This is not a bad graph whatsoever. So either she needs to learn how graphs work, and yeah, this seems very bad, right? But that's because, it's the launch, right? Everyone's hype. Everyone's, excited for this new game that comes out. And the majority of people have played it and checked it out. And like, okay, well, it's not for me. Or, I don't think I'm going to put too much hours into this game. And then they fall off. A majority of games, or all games pretty much, do this. But per chart, I don't know, man. It just seems very... What did she put... She has it on 1 year. Okay. Let's put it on 1 year too. Hello? Oh, doesn't work. I can get it on. Okay, I don't know. Whatever. But like, maybe I should have the other one. Let's go to this one. All right. Let's go with this one. Let's just see if there's a difference. First Descendant. Here we go. Let's see if this one is different. Chart. Yeah. Okay. And then she put it on. Oh wait, no, she put it on something else. Hold on. Oh, just max? Did she put it on max? I guess so. No, I wanted to have the same version she has. Why can't I not find... What the fuck? Huh? Oh, here. Okay, it was on max. Okay, cool. So look. The game, peaked. And goes slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down. But here, look at that. It's equalizing. It's flatlining, so to speak, right? So, yeah, it's just she doesn't understand graphs. 80% of the people that played on launch will not keep on playing the game. That's just how it is.
It dramatically dropped. Let's be real. If we're going to call Dragon Age the Veilguard a flop, this too is also a flop.
No. Hold on. Dragon Age the... Oh my god. Okay. Alright. Let's see the graphs of that one then. Alright, let's see that. Alright, we're putting it on max. Alright, here we go. 80, 89. Which one? How much did the other one have? 264k. All right, to like let's round up to 10k, right? And also, to be fair, Dragon Age the Veilguard is not a game with constant updates. That's a game. It gets released. That's it. That's the game. People play it, people beat it, and they stop playing the game. Right? Anyway. So yeah, it didn't even hit 100k. It hit 90k. Alright? And you could argue, oh well, it's a paid game. People need to buy it, you know? True. I think that's a very valid argument. And, I mean, still 3k people are playing it right now. Right? Like, but that was not the argument for this game. Dragon Age the Veilguard is not a bad game because, you know, it dropped in players. Dragon Age the Veilguard is just, it in general, not a terrible game. However, the politics that they very much squeezed and forced into it, that's the argument here. The people that are gonna play this game that don't have an issue with it, you know, it's the same thing. But this is a new game, right? This full on, you know, Gooner Central. And yes, there are gonna be less Gooners playing a game about an FPS shooter. That's just how it is, bro. People that are Gooners are gonna be watching porn instead. And some people like this kind of games, but a lot of gamers do not like this kind of games. Because, well, if all it has is some, you know, fat bitches, you know? Like, I mean, I'm a fan of bad bitches, but if all the game has is bad bitches and some FPS shooting, like, you know, I'd rather play a fun FPS shooter than, oh, but look, this FPS shooter has bad bitches in it. Like, who cares? I can play Marvel Rivals right now. Like, you know, that's also in competition with this game.
Because you are attracted to it doesn't change the fact. And as a gamer, I keep seeing the gaming industry and video games as a whole hijacked by perverts, people who want their ideologies in the game. So
yeah, but that's also just primarily, I think, your vision because you're on Twitter, and Twitter is, you know, it's a bubble on the internet, and the majority of Twitter are what you're saying it is. People that are Gooners, people that are porn addicts, people that are like all about, you know, these perverted acts and perverted kind of things in video games. Like, it's not that, like, difficult to understand the psychology behind the Twitter people because, well, it's the internet, all right? Even though, due to contrary to popular belief, social media is not the real perception of the world. It is just not. All right? It really isn't. You know what is? Politics. All right? People in politics. People, what they vote for. That is the real life. Right? And Christian beliefs have been dead for years. All right? There's not a lot of, like, these Christian values left in the world. And some might say that's a good thing. Some might say it's not. That's not my point. But, like, it's just... Also, the majority of social media is full of teenage boys. Like, it's not weird to, like, have this kind of perception when the majority of social media is teenage boys. Do you know how teenage boys are? Bro, full of hormones, porn, everywhere they can like see it. Like, back in my day, it wasn't that easy, bro. It was not that easy. But yeah, like, I think she just, either she doesn't understand the psychology of the majority of people on social media, Yeah, I think that's, yeah. I don't think she knows that.
So when you have the gay stuff, you also have another branch of perverts who, the gooners, if you will, who are...
Yeah, but nobody's against the gay, queer, trans bullshit stuff because it is gay, trans, queer. Okay, that's not true. There's definitely some people, right? But that's always the case. But the majority of the criticisms are, this trans character... all this character is, oh my god, I'm trans, and you need to respect me, and respect my pronouns, and this and that. Like, nobody gives a shit, alright? Really don't, we don't give a fuck, bro. We don't give a fuck about some fictional-ass character that, like, will make you, use their pronouns, or, like, educate you, or, condescending you, like... We don't want that shit. Alright? And I also don't want like some straight dude doing that. Or a straight woman doing that. Alright? Nobody likes when the game or characters in a game degrades you. Or make you feel stupid. Or stuff like that. The majority of the criticisms are not that. Also, we have been hearing from the game devs themselves that they want to kill gaming. That they hate white straight males. That they hate straight people. This is not a retaliation of because people hate the LGBTQ stuff, alright? The majority of us are completely okay with it, except whenever you're doing like the weird kid trends bullshit, right? But outside of that, the majority of the criticisms are that the game devs are just fucking assholes. They don't respect their player base. They don't respect their fan base. They don't respect gamers in general. They hate us even. This is a retaliation because they say they hate us. Well, if you hate us so much, we're not going to spend money on these games. We're going to trash your games. We're going to speak ill of your games. Like, I don't know why she doesn't understand that. I really don't understand. Like, how does she not understand that? Like, it's such a obvious thing. Fuck, what's that?
Are watching a ton of pornography and they want that inserted in everything in their life, and they also need validation. You know how the alphabet community, LGBT, all that kind of stuff, you know how they're always screaming for validation. Not only if you are against them, if you are against their ideology, they want to crucify you. They not only need you to just be like, oh, whatever. They need your validation.
Yeah, exactly. They don't just stop on how you say that? Trying to find a good word to describe this. Toleration. They don't stop at toleration. They want your full support. And that's just dumb. Alright? I don't even fully support like a pizza place or some shit. Like any other, like that's just stupid, man. Like something that you're not tolerant towards, and then they're literally just grabbing your head, putting, like, literally crashing your face into the fucking wall and screaming at you, accept us, respect us. Bro, nobody gonna do that shit.
And they can't cope with you being against it. And I have seen this same vitriol with the Gooners after Goonergate. So not only, like, I can't, they want me actively promoting this stuff, or I have betrayed them because I am against it. They need validation for what they're doing and what they're promoting because it's perverted. And they deep down, some of them may be in a more reprobate state, but deep down, you know it's perverted. And that's why they need the validation. That's why you have to have pride parades for gay people and troons people cutting their body parts off to try to pretend like they're the other gender. That's why they need whole parades. That's why they need a whole month to celebrate. That's why they need to see it plastered all over every store in the month of June, because they have to work so hard to create enough validation that will overcome the sense of shame that they feel deep down because they know it's wrong. And so you have that same demand from these gooners to create this more validation than the shame that they feel for being pornography brained. Now you have certain people who know that it's wrong, and they're trying to do better.
There's no such thing as wrong and right. There's only things that are accepted and not accepted. All right. I don't think we biologically operate on the sense of right and wrong. Jesus, I can't talk. Biologics. What the fuck? Why can I not say it? What the hell? Bro, I've said this word so many times, but now I'm just... Hold on. Let me look it up. Biologically, that's it. Jesus Christ, I'm sorry, bro. My tongue is all in all sorts of knots right now. Like, biology... Really? There's no way, bro. Biology. Bro, nah, this is just... Hold on. Wait, fuck. Where did it go? Oh, okay. Biologically. Yes. Biologically. Yes. Jesus, why can I not say that? That's dumb. That's so dumb. What the fuck? Okay. Biologically, we do not operate on the sense of right and wrong. We operate on the sense of what is accepted and what is not accepted, right? There's a really easy one. Murder, not accepted, right? Rape, not accepted, right? What is accepted? Accepted is giving... I don't know, giving some bread to ducks or something. I don't know. I mean, accepted is not really interesting, to be honest, right? There's more like, what can you not do instead of what can you do, right? It's like, we already know what we can do. We just gotta understand what we can't do, right? And I think the majority of the things that are not accepted are things that would impose other people's rights. For example, if somebody touches you and you do not want them to touch you, that is opposing to somebody's rights of, being, you have the right to not be touched, right? Like, people are not just going to be like out there and just touching you and you say stop and they're like, no, I'm not doing that. Like, no, we know, oh shit, my bad. Didn't, maybe you got touched on like the train on accident or something, right? Someone brushed you with their shoulder. But regardless, yeah. But yeah, I don't think there's anything like right or wrong. That's just not a thing. It's just not.
And hey, God bless you. Read the Bible. Seek Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, whether you believe or not is irrelevant. I think you can say whatever you want about, religion and how you think, okay, well, the religion is the way, or my religion is the way for moral value. But I don't think you can impose your own belief system onto other people. Even no matter how good you think it is, right? I don't think you should be doing that, all right? I don't impose Let's for example, I don't impose people on saying I want everyone and every single one of you to what do I like? I like let's say I like Dragon Ball, right? And I'm not imposing anyone like, oh my god, I need everyone to like Dragon Ball. Like, no. I don't need to do that. All right. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. You know, I'm okay with that. And that's the same thing I think with this. Like, sure, you can like you can talk about what you believe is right, and why you believe something is right or wrong. But I don't think you should be imposing anyone on the same values or the same criticism that you follow, especially when it comes from some written book.
Only he can help you. And I say this to the queer side as well. And I have the same stance on queers as I do these gooners. Is that, hey, yes, what you're doing is shameful. Yes, I think this stuff is shameful and I don't want it in my entertainment because it's shameful and it's hurting society. It's disgusting and it's perverted. No, I don't want it. Do I think that people participating in these activities are losers? Yeah.
Absolutely. Bro, gamers are the biggest losers that exist, bro. What the fuck? Absolutely, bro. Like, listen, man. Like, especially, like, honestly, at this point, everyone's a fucking loser at this point, bro. Like, whether you like to play video games, you're a loser. Whether you like to watch anime, you're a loser. Whether you like watching like Netflix series, you're a loser. Whether you want to drink, and like get drunk and like pass out, you're a fucking loser. Like every single thing is just loser behavior at this point, man. Like there's no real winners in this world. All right, we're all just passing through time, making the best of what we do. Like every single person, all right, on Earth are losers. Just how it is. Your favorite MMA player or MMA fighter, a loser in some way or some sense. Like it's just how it is.
Yes. But you know what? It doesn't mean you have to always be a loser. Have I ever been a loser? Have I participated in activities that made me a loser? Yes. But I have sought Jesus Christ and I walk with Jesus Christ. And it is walking with Jesus Christ that gives me the strength to avoid and to overcome temptations that if I were to succumb to would make me a loser. Okay? So that's the thing when I talk about the Gooners, all this stuff, it's not from a place that you're never going to amount to anything. But it is from a place of, hey, what you're doing and what you're promoting and what you're normalizing and what you want normalized in society and in video games in general to desensitize people is perverted, it's hurting you, it's loser activities. Now there's all these whataboutisms. What about Lara Croft? What about this? Don't pretend. And so you're either coming from bad faith or you are delusional because you are so desensitized from women because you watch so much pornography that you can't even see a woman without thinking of pornographic things. Lara Croft, she's created with a curvy body type. Curvy women exist each and every single day. There is nothing wrong with that. And the reason why the woke side tries to remove female curves is not for the intent of even purity purposes, because women are curvy. That's reality. Not every woman is curvy, but there are lots of women who are curvy. And so when you have a character with some level of exaggeration of those curves, then it is exaggerating their femininity. There's a difference between exaggerating the femininity of a female character versus exaggerating the character for entirely lustful purposes.
I disagree on that. I think first of all, the first Lara Croft model had some pretty big tits, and I believe I heard or I read, don't correct me if I'm wrong, but the producers behind Lara Croft were like, we want to make a cool action game, but we also like hot women, so we made Lara Croft. I believe it was something like that. So I mean, Lara Croft is definitely, not the greatest example. Also, hold on. I'm getting a brain fart. What the fuck? Hold on. What the fuck? What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I don't think that's a really good example, obviously, right? But let's go back to this, is or take here, right?
You can't even see a woman. Women exist each and every single day.
Yeah.
There is nothing wrong with that. And the reason why the woke side tries to remove female curves is not for the intent of even purity purposes.
Yeah, it's to remove the barrier between men and women so they can, put their date them ideology in there to say like, oh look, I can look like both, or I can look like however I want, and I can be a man or a woman, and I just think that's an illusion, honestly. But yeah, what she said about like, oh yeah, a curvy woman isn't essentially a how do you call it, a sex object, and I totally agree with that. I think women come in all sizes and forms, right? But there is definitely a distinction between like, oh, this is made to be very erotic, and some are just women. But in the end of the day, like, game characters are supposed to be attractive in some way or form, all right? And I mean, the gaming community is definitely the worst offender of this, and that's not because of the women, all right? I'm talking about the males, okay? From day one, every single male character in pretty much every single video game has been this big, muscular guy that, with like 0% body fat, with like six-pack abs, like arms that are as big as like really big and shit. Like, but nobody gives a shit because it's a man, right? So the fact that, men can be like these impossible creatures, right? But for some reason, when it becomes to women, that's the issue out of all of a sudden. Whenever they make like a game with a woman that has like G-cup titties and has like a giant ass or some shit like that's a problem. But that Street Fighter guy that has like five fucking rows of abs, has like giant ballsy biceps and like 0% body fat and all that. That's fine. Like, I don't mind. I don't mind either side. I think both are fine. I think muscular men should be in games, and I think hot women should be in games too. I think both of them should be in games. I don't want ugly of neither, alright? I don't want an ugly man or an ugly woman in any single fucking video game, okay? So, anyway, I've completely lost my train of thought. I don't even know what we're discussing anymore. I can go back again.
Croft, what about this? Don't pretend.
Okay, here we go.
So you're either coming from bad faith or you are delusional because you are so desensitized from women because you watch so much pornography that you can't even see a woman without thinking of pornographic things.
I mean, yeah, I think there's definitely some truth to that.
Lara Croft, she's created with a curvy body type. Curvy women exist each and every single day. There is nothing.
I think I know why I got a brain fart. Her take goes nowhere. That's why.
Nothing wrong.
I'm skipping.
But you play those classic games and you show me anything that was.
Wait, what?
Now, Lara Croft was a character who was curvy, feminine, but you play those classic games and you show me anything that was lustfully intended, right? Show me anywhere where
the devs literally said it. The devs made her, gave her big titties because they wanted to see a hot woman in video games. That's a horrible example, bro.
Lara Croft acted like a slut because she didn't.
Okay,
show me
true.
anything because it's not there.
True.
Tomb Raider has substance as a game. The character design was really good, artistically speaking, and aesthetically pleasing to the eye. It was not created in a way to incite lust.
That's cap, but whatever.
Lustful intent. It was, oh, here's an attractive character that you can acknowledge as an attractive character, but it wasn't created for lustful intent in the same way that a game that, here, let's pose this game where with the characters are all wearing lingerie. Like, excuse me, that is not the same thing, and you know it.
True.
Be genuine for once.
That's true.
Let's not play here, and let's not pretend that I want characters to be made ugly. Beauty comes from God. God created beauty. Yes, I want to see video game characters that people create be beautiful as well, but I don't want them to be perverted. Beauty and perversion are two different things.
That's fair.
And I think what has happened with society is it has promoted perversion. It has celebrated perversion. We've had this, oh, live and let live type mentality.
True.
Don't kink shame. Don't shame people's sexualities. They made up an entire concept of sexuality that isn't real. God created woman for man. That's it. There's no other sexuality. Anything else is a perversion of God's creation as per the Bible. And you know what else is perversion of God's creation is when you're substituting, if you're, I'm going to use a male as an example, if you're substituting a wife for a pixels on a screen, that's perverted.
That's perverted. No, I think that's more sad than anything. Because you have given up on getting into a real relationship with a woman to the point where you're like, you know what, I'm just going to date this fake virtual woman. I don't think that's perverted. I think honestly that's just very sad. Like this person that just given up the on the fact that he'll ever be physically in a romantic relationship with a woman. So he just takes the best next thing. That's not perverted. That's just very sad.
Your sexual gratification is supposed to come from your wife. And if you are seeking alternate sources, seeking those sources for sexual pleasure, you are acting in abomination and perversion. Simple as that. And anything that is created with the intent to make you do that is the same. And I ain't just here saying it's just guys doing that. Women do that too. There are actual Gooner games for women.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Seen them. I have seen people post them unabashedly, no shame. There are games that is usually of the romance novel variety, and you have a bunch of male suitors, really attractive male suitors who more so you're not going to see as much. It's going to be portrayed in a little different way when it's meant to appeal to women, but it's still equally as perverted and equally as disgusting because it's trying to elicit the same reactions.
Yeah, because women get turned on by different things than men get turned on by. I think women get turned on by more an emotional factor than men do. Men are more an observation, more observatory, more physical, kind of more objective, actually. Yeah, that's the better term. More objective based than women. Women are more emotionally emotionally based, right? In that aspect and multiple aspects.
So you have these suitors and they try to, as the female player, they are trying to seduce you and win you over and you know, the goal here with these games is for these guys to be whispering sexual things in the player's ear and are going to create a fantasy, a sexual fantasy for said player. Again, that is not God's design. God's design is for a woman to have said pleasure from her husband. So if she is seeking outside sources for sexual gratification.
Yeah, but, you know, God has missed some patch notes, okay? The game has been changed, right? There's been multiple patches, multiple releases over the years, all right? The engine that he made is definitely just, you know, changed, okay? It's no longer the same developer, all right? We have gotten like 5 billion different developers on this game, and it's just not the same game anymore, okay? There's new rules, there's new things in the game, new features, all of that. And I think a lot of them, you know, should be celebrated, should be embraced. Because a lot of the new things that, you know, God didn't intend to are also good. You know? Like, for example, God never intended us to, like, lift weights. Like, we created these metal plates so we can pump up our biceps and feel good after it. You know? Become more in shape. Like, just because this, like, oh, well, this is where it started, right? The game has been patched, bro. There's so many patches, so many bug fixes, so many different UI changes, like everything, bro.
And pleasure that is not a husband, then she is committing a perversion. Whether that be a visual novel like that, whether that be a book with that purpose, or whether that be even just a video game, like any regular video game, if that is what she is using that game for. So let's not pretend that some of these games don't purposefully try to elicit a sexual gratification.
I don't think anyone is making that point, though. I don't think anyone is saying, oh, well, that's not what they're doing. Like, of course they're doing that. And everyone knows that. Everyone knows that. Nobody is arguing this. I think she's just arguing her schizophrenic ghost, bro. Like, what the fuck? I don't even understand what she's arguing against now. I think I need to see her her video that people got canceled her for, because I'm just like trying to like make sense of this whole thing, but this just seems like such a schizo post, man. Like, she goes from here to there to there to there. Like, there's no structure in her like, in this video whatsoever. I think she's just going off the dome or some shit.
Out of the player. And there is a strong difference between a character being made to be aesthetically attractive, just like we can appreciate art, versus a character in a game that is designed to create sexual gratification out of the player. Okay, I know a lot of you aren't even going to hear what I'm saying, and you're still going to be doing these whataboutisms in my comments because you are so defensive. But hey, maybe some will listen. Same with like the queers and all that. You ever see how it just sounds like you're arguing with demons? It's the same way. These demons have a hold on these people, and they can't be reasoned with because they are so engulfed in their perversion. And what they don't realize is...
I don't think the demon theory is far-fetched, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. I think there's definitely some demons on this earth. There's no way, bro. Like, some people do like such heinous shit. There's no way that's the human. There's no way. That's a monster, all right?
Is that the satisfaction they think that they're getting out of their perversion is just self-destructive. It's like you want to tell somebody to stop doing drugs because they're hurting themselves, but they cannot hear it. And it is the same thing. A lot of these gooners that are mad, and you know, it's crazy. A lot of these gooners that are mad at me because I spoke out against, no, I don't want this. That doesn't fix the gaming industry. People think that, oh, make all these characters naked, make them all naked or half naked or in lingerie, make all the female characters in lingerie, and that fixes everything. No, it doesn't. Making good games fixes everything. Making games that actually have substance and quality fixes everything. And I'm gonna tell you, if you actually look at a brilliant and artistic mind who can create a masterpiece.
Minecraft doesn't have bad bitches. Minecraft doesn't have any lingerie-filled women, right? That's a good game. That's a good game, bro. Minecraft is a good game. Or at least used to be before Microsoft fucked it up. But that used to be a good game, right? But yeah, I agree. I hear what she's saying right now. She says, just because I don't want these like LGBTQ stuff in my games, that doesn't mean I also want these Gooner stuff in my game. And I think that's a valid argument. I think it's a valid point. And the fact that she said that's not going to fix these games, and making good quality games is actually what's going to fix these games. But I don't think you're arguing with anyone here, because every single person knows this. Like, I think she's just missing the point here.
Typically, they have respect for their work. And as a result, you're going to see that portrayed in the characters that they create as well. So are you going to find a perverted game that happens to be a masterpiece? The chances of that are almost non-existent, because again, someone even capable of in the first place of producing a masterpiece is going to respect their work enough for that not to happen. Just like look at movies. If you compare a masterpiece of a movie to pornography. I keep saying corn because of YouTube monetization stuff.
That's bullshit. YouTube doesn't have a thing about that. But yeah, whatever.
Have you ever in the history of your life seen something actually taken serious where somebody was like, wow, this pornography movie, my mind is blown by how insanely good the plot was and how the story, just that plot twist.
No, because that's not the same. It's not the point of the film. The film is the sex. That's the point of the film. They're not trying to make the next Titanic, bro. They're trying to make a film where two people have sex with each other or more, and that's it. Like, it's not the same intent at all. I think if somebody tries it, I think personally, I don't like whenever there's like porn or not porn, sex scenes or like implied sex scenes in shows or series. I think they're cringe as fuck. I think, I'm not with that, bro. I think that's so fucking cringe. I really don't want to see that shit, all right? That just ruins. Okay, well, it doesn't ruin it, but like that just really just diminishes my enjoyment of a show or a film. But like, if you go full on blown porn, like that's the point. That's the point. Like, they're not trying to make good films. Porn videos are the worst bro. Everyone knows this, right? Like, those videos, they're awful. Most of them are so awful that they're funny. Like, the acting is so garbage. The storylines are so fucking stupid and, like, non-logical. Like, again, bro, I'm saying this again, but I think she's just arguing with the air right now. Because I don't think anyone... Okay, well, there's obviously gonna be someone, but... like, the majority of people will not make this argument whatsoever.
The story just left me thinking about life, and just, it changed me.
Okay, well, one thing I want to say, though. One thing I want to say, and I can't think of the name right now. Fuck. Damn it, hold on, let me find it. Metamorphosis is a 18 plus doujinshi about a girl that goes from bad to worse, okay? That shit hit a lot of people, alright? That shit is actual art. Alright? That is actual art. That it's such a traumatic story. And if you have never read it before or not, I mean, I guess I would recommend it, but it is kind of gruesome. And I don't think it's like very, I don't know. I don't know how to explain that. Like, it's a very graphic story. But it's also porn, right? So be aware of that when you look it up. But like the story, like people still are talking about this shit. Like people want this girl to end up happy so much that there was a person that made Josuke from JoJo appear in the bathroom scene where she, well, died, right? And he healed her, and then she was like living happily after with her daughter. Like that shit is insane to me, bruh. Like people cared so much about that story that they made an alternate ending so she would have a good life. Like, if that's not art, I don't know what is. So this whole point about a porn can't be good. Holy shit, are you wrong, woman? You're just in the wrong continent, okay? You're just in the wrong continent and in the wrong medium. That's just it.
On a spiritual level. No, that doesn't happen.
It does.
It's not art. It's perversion.
Cap.
I want art. As somebody, I appreciate art. I'm an artist myself. I love to draw. Like, I care about art. And people make jokes and act like, oh, what kind of stuff have you drawn? Like, what? I bet you've drawn, like, perverted stuff before. It's like, literally no. Like, when I was a little kid, you draw body parts and stuff as a joke. But literally no. It's just like, you know what? I haven't. And I'm not saying everybody who can't be an artist. They can, but that's not from an artist. That's like a fleshly outlet. It's like a perverted outlet, right? But when
no, it's to make money. What artists do you think make the most money? It is 18 plus furry artists. Yes, I am 100% dead serious right now. Those people make bank, bro. And you know why they make bank? Because them fursuits are expensive as fuck. Alright?
When it comes to actual art, fine art, and I am I can be a bit, I don't want to say an art snob, but and especially my work with it, I'm not saying that my work should be hung in the Smithsonian, but I'm just saying the amount of pride that I take in my work because I genuinely care about art. I feel like if I were to draw some smutty picture would be perverting what I want to develop as my talent. So at the end of the day, when we want good video games, which are an artistic medium, it's really difficult and almost...
I wonder what she thinks about Marvel Rivals then. Because Marvel Rivals definitely has some perversion in it, right? But it's not explicit, if that makes sense. Like, the women are gorgeous in the game, right? They're curvy, they're gorgeous, they're hot. The men are curvy, they're gorgeous, they're hot, right? So I wonder what she thinks about the Marvel Rivals characters then.
Almost impossible to have a masterpiece that is also perverted.
I mean, I heard The Witcher 3 has a porn, right? Has porn scenes or some shit, or like titties or whatever. A lot of people say that's a masterpiece. So, you know, like, she has these arguments, but in every single argument, there's like this example of there's like one example of it that just disproves her whole entire argument. You know, like I'm okay with, you know, her subjective truth. I'm fine with that. But her portraying her subjective truth is objective. That's where it's just not it, bro. It's not it.
That is, here, we're going to throw this in there directly for the people who want to lust after it. Let's make this completely with the intent of making the player lust and feel sexual desire for it.
Yeah, because that makes money. What? Duh.
That's already corrupted their work. That's corrupted the work already. It is what it is. So, no, I will continue to speak out against...
I mean, art shouldn't be made for the sole cause of making money from it. So, if that is your argument, no fucking video game can be made or called art, because all video games are made to make a profit. Whether it's a small indie game, alright, doesn't matter, or a AAA game. All video games are made to make a profit. That's just how it is.
Against them deliberately defeminizing female characters. And I will continue to speak out against them deliberately emasculating male characters, for example. And I don't think the answer to fighting back against this perverted stuff is to make women ugly. That's not the answer, because if you teach men that you can't even look at a woman unless she's ugly or you're going to be gooning after her, that's not
true.
That's not practical, and it's also just like weak.
Fair.
So here's the difference. It's one thing to say, okay, here's a character that's built to be attractive, which everybody is going to see attractive people in their life, but what separates a person from an absolute loser is that they can see an attractive person and not lose their minds and need to go take a break and run to the bathroom, you know, and touch themselves. Like, let's be real. I was actually going to plan this to be a lot more articulate, and I just turned on the camera and just started talking. And this is where
Yeah, we can tell. This is a whole schizo video, bro. That's crazy.
I'm at now, so I don't know how coherent this even is as a whole, and I could talk a lot more, but I just...
At least it acknowledges it.
Cautious, or like careful or cognizant of everybody's time. But I'm just saying, let the record be straight now. And you can unfollow me if you want. I don't care. I didn't make this channel just to pander to people. I made this channel because I was already burned by a lot of the corruption. I've already seen a lot of the corruption in the gaming industry. I've seen a lot of the perversion, and some of the perversion that I defended. So I'm not here acting like I'm better than everybody. I'm here from a place now of knowing, okay, I can't support this. Because Jesus Christ changed my life. And he can change your life too. I don't care if you had 1,000 screenshots of these games that you were jerking it to, or if you lived a gay lifestyle, or whatever it is. You can be saved through Jesus Christ. You don't have to be a slave to this.
I mean, hey, if he wants to pull up and give me like a $1 million, then yeah, my life is saved, bro. 100%.
So let that be known. So yeah, I shame the activity, but I'm not saying that everybody who's participating in it will be doomed to be a loser forever. They don't have to be.
Yeah, but you know why it is? I know, you know why she gets so much backlash about this? It's because, I mean, obviously a lot of this comes down to what she's saying. Deep down, we all know it's very shameful behavior. Because I know for a damn fact, if your mom was next to you and they saw you she saw you gooning to this shit, not like literally gooning, but like, you know, just like seeing your posts about the video or something like that, or like seeing you something, right? Doing anything about that. If your mom is next to you you'll be ashamed of yourself, right? But shameful behavior is just the norm on internet because it's anonymous. Like, the majority of us are anonymous. I mean, obviously, I'm not. I mean, my face out there. I think my email's out there too. I think even my address is out there somewhere. So yeah, it's just the anomaly just makes it just very easy to do that, right?
So it was important to me to make that abundantly clear because some people had the impression that this is something that I defended. And I have in the past. So I have to differentiate myself from that as a Christian and as a creator to let people know that, hey, that's not me. That's not what I'm supporting. That's not what I'm encouraging. And that's not what I'm promoting. I want to call out perversion and things that I don't like in the nerd culture space. And that's why I have this channel. And whatever I do beyond that, we'll see, because I don't even know at this point. After Goonergate, I was like, well, if that's how everybody expects me to be, and that's the only substance of my channel is to hop on here and be like, oh, whoa, guys, look at that. We win. Her whole butt's out. Yeah, hot. That's not me. That's not going to be me. I would rather not have the channel at all. I would rather quit this channel and go full time with a leap of faith on my Bible channel. I am not doing that. I'm not. I don't care if it gets me views, clicks, likes, donos.
I mean, all I've heard from her is obviously, you know, she has a very strong opinion about her religion, which, I mean, I respect it, right? I don't, what you call it? I say that, what the fuck? I don't believe in it, alright? But I respect it, you know? Like, whether somebody's dedicated to something, I always respect that. But regardless, I've seen a lot of integrity from her, to be honest. I don't think she's a hypocrite. I just think a lot of people just assumed a lot about her without knowing anything about her truly. And then their assumptions were proven wrong. And then they were like, well, I can't be wrong because I'm not mature enough to confess I'm wrong. So she must be a hypocrite. Like, you know, I think that's what happened here. Honestly.
Don't care. I'm not doing it. I have credibility. I walked away from mainstream gaming industry. I got blacklisted from the mainstream gaming industry. Some of y'all don't know that was my bread and butter. That's what paid my bills. I was hosting for these companies online, even on television, at events around the world.
I've never seen her before.
Because of my outspokenness and because I spoke against a lot of the stuff that they push, I got blacklisted from all that. So I didn't walk away from that to just pander to Gooners. I didn't do that. I didn't trade speaking out against one perversion to promote another. I'm not gonna do that. And so it's like, I haven't felt comfortable in this space whenever that's expected of me.
That's pretty ironic considering she has like Demon Slayer and and Attack on Titan, or Attack on Titan, Chainsaw Man stuff in the background. Like, you know, that's kind of ironic, I'm not gonna lie.
Me. And so it's like, I don't know what I'm doing from here on this channel. I don't know.
Yeah, this gonna be a whole schizo rant right at this point, bro. I'm putting it on 2x speed because this is gonna be a schizo rant. I just know it. Okay, maybe not 2 times. It's a bit too much.
Because I've just not felt the most inspired when it's like, wait a minute, is this who I'm supposed to be encouraging? So, yeah, I'm going to be trying some different things on this channel. I'll still probably react to certain headlines and gaming news that applies to me. Like, oh, wow, we got a new Tomb Raider announcement or something. Even if I hate it, oh, look what they did. They made Lara Croft ugly. Like, I will speak out against that. But I really do feel like there's maybe a different direction I'm supposed to be in, and we'll see what that is. Maybe it's not completely just focusing on Bible channel. If it is, if God called me to that, I would do it. And I know God would provide for me. But I'm still going to focus on that channel. But, you know, maybe it's just changing some things up here. I kind of want to do some content like where I actually put a lot of editing into it and talk about a lot of things that, from my perspective, that require editing and more focus and than just turning on a camera and, just talking for 10 minutes or in this case, almost 30. So I don't know. And if that's the case, then it'll be less uploads. I'm not gonna be able to upload 5 days a week as I used to, but we'll see. And so just, I ask those who are supportive of me to pray that God would guide me in the direction that I'm supposed to be, because I do feel like I'm at a turning point in this right now. Because it's like, wait, I don't know. So anyway, thank you all so much for hanging out with me and hearing me out. Probably going to get some people hating and who didn't listen to a word I said and who will have rebuttals
absolutely.
that I already even addressed in this video, but because they didn't listen, it is what it is. That's probably going to happen.
I mean, you can expect people to watch a video of like a half an hour. The majority of people just don't do that.
But let it be clear, I stand with Jesus Christ and I will not be allied with perversion. And I don't care what about your friend here who is. What about I don't care. I don't care. I can still love them as people, but that doesn't mean I'm going to be promoting the same things that they're promoting. It is what it is. So what about what you said here and again? I don't care. I don't care what I used to believe. I was born again. And I'm being sanctified each and every single day. I'm still growing. Somebody asked that. And now that I even mentioned that, somebody asked that on this thread. They pulled up screenshots. People, oh, she's just a grifter because look at this. Look at this. In 2018, she was defending lesbians in this game. Okay. Yes, I did. And then we have this question. What changed?
Yeah, you can't change on the internet. You can only be a one person. You can only be this one specific thing. And you cannot change your mind. You cannot rebuttal. You cannot be a hypocrite. You cannot say, well, I've changed my mind. Like, that's impossible. Because people will say that you're fake. Because they want a character. And imagine if, like, let's say if Gojo, right, from the start, he's like a menace, right? If Gojo suddenly became a bitch out of nowhere, people would complain too. I get that. But, that's because he's a written character. He is a written character. He's not a human living being, right? And living human beings should learn and should change their opinions whenever they find something that convinces them to change their opinions. I think that's what it is to be human, to adapt to your surroundings, to learn from your mistakes, and to provide or help other people. Like, I think that's truly what it is to be a human being. And I hate this whole notion that people say, well, you can't, how dare you, he's a hypocrite, fucking hypocrite, oh my god, you used to believe this 2 months ago and now you believe something completely different, you're so fucking changed, you're a fucking hypocrite. Like, relax, okay? Being a hypocrite is not the same as changing your mind, alright? You can change your mind without becoming a hypocrite, okay? And what I see from this whole video so far is just people pointing out, oh my god, you're a hypocrite. But all she did was just change her opinion in 2018. This shit was in 2018. Her beliefs were completely are different now, right? Like, that's literally like what, 7 years difference, bro. You know how much a baby goes from 0 to 7 years? How much development it undergoes? Like, I don't know, man. It's just dumb. Like, not only is it a lot of this video is very dumb because she's just, she just schizo-posting at this point. But this whole the people she's arguing against are also very dumb. So this is all dumb.
Ideology. It's simple. Jesus changed me. The word of God changed me. If we want to sit and argue beyond that and just argue about personal beliefs, like, that'll never end.
Oh, that's also, bro. There's also, bro. If it's so simple as that, then you probably follow the Bible better than 99% of Christians. No, I don't think she does. And just because you changed your beliefs, that doesn't mean you have to be the perfect person of it. Because people aren't perfect and people will never be perfect. And as long as you try to be a good person, whether you believe in some God or not, I think that's all that matters. All right?
So, oh, well, then you must follow the Bible better than 99% of Christians. Well, and as I said here, most people who claim to be Christians don't even read the Bible at all. I can't even tell you with this Gooner Gate thing. Well, I'm a Christian and I support this, and I look at their profile and all it is digital pornography. Oh, I'm a Christian. Hilarious how you can say, and you know what? I've been there, because not doing that, but I have been there where I used to be, oh yeah, I'm a Christian, but I was living in a way that wasn't biblical, or I was supporting things that wasn't biblical. So easy to call yourself Christian, but are you?
It's also hard to know what biblical, because there's like 5 billion different fucking translations of the Bible that changes some things. Every single translation is undergone, and every single version that undergone, and all that. The majority of us cannot read Hebrew, all right? And even then, the original Bible doesn't even exist anymore, so we will never know.
And so I said years ago, I committed to reading the Bible daily, and it changed my life. I do live it, and I'm deeply repentant when I stumble. Because I'm not going to pretend like I never stumble. That's the thing, is people think, you know, those of us who are against like this, that, or the other, does that mean that we live our lives and we never have temptation in our lives to sin? Does that mean that we don't even have those same carnal desires? No, things like lust, gluttony, anger, hatred, all these things are carnal desires that most people feel. But it's different when you act on it versus just feeling it. And that's why you can't get past this stuff on your own. You can't, through your own sheer discipline, overcome these things. You need Jesus.
Nah, I can, bro. And I have, all right? God didn't help me with my depression, all right? I did that shit, okay? There's no other person to credit except me, all right? That's some fucking bullshit. That's why I don't like religion, man. Like, they have these accomplishments and then they thank God. The fuck you mean, bruh? The fuck you mean? Oh, thank God for this food. No. There was this farmer working his ass off for way too little money to bring you that food, bruh. That was not God. The fuck? That's so dumb to me, man.
And when I say, okay, I read the Bible every day and that changed my life, it wasn't because, oh, I logically obtained information and that made sense to me, which obviously it does, but it's so much further beyond that. And I can't explain it to people who don't understand that we live in a spiritual realm and that we face spiritual opposition each and every single day with everything you do. If you are watching pornography, you are entertaining demons in that moment.
I mean, I would entertain Hitler if I could. Like, I don't fucking care who I entertain, bro. What the fuck? Listen, man. I'm fully supporting whatever she, you know, believes and all that, but I mean, you can't like deny that this shit sounds fucking insane, all right? Like anything spiritual, like that's just very hard to grasp for a very majority of people, all right? And there's like people that say, "Oh, I can feel ghosts, or I can feel demons, or I can whatever." Sure, man. Sure you can. Sure you can.
So...
And then they have like a background of smoking weed. Oh! Yep. Okay. 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 It's called the devil's lettuce for a reason.
Yeah. So that's the thing, is when you fellowship with God and you read the Bible and you tell yourself, I'm going to read the Bible, I love the word
okay.
God.
Okay.
How much...
Alright, it's all like God nonsense. Okay. That was a schizo post. Jesus fucking Christ, man. That was fucking insane. What the hell, bro? That whole video, that just... Bro, that's... My brain is cooked from that. Gamer. Should I like talk about Gamergate or some shit? Let's see. Gamergate. 2 years ago, that probably isn't it. Oh, Goonergate. It was Goonergate. Okay. Goonergate addressed. Well, that doesn't help. That's the video I just watched. Okay, let me look it up. Goonergate. Oh. Goonergate. Melanie Mac. Oh, I found it. Okay, it was on Twitter, it was not on YouTube. I found the clip. Okay. This video is gonna be long, but whatever, bro. Bear with me. Because this is interesting to me, alright? Alright, so we heard her whole schizo post, right? After this whole stuff went down. All right, but now. Hold on, let me make it look a little bit bigger. Okay, but now we see what happened.
And everything I was sharing, like you can pull those principles from the Bible. So it's like my religion is called hate speech to them, and that is just absurd to me.
Melanie Mack has been banned on Twitch. Now this has been
Wait, again?
No, it's the same one. It's the same one from the other day.
we haven't had you on. We haven't had you on to let you talk about this.
Right.
So, I know we saw the clip that you posted on your
Wait.
YouTube channel.
This is not
All
this not the clip.
it's like, even though
Oh, it's her. Oh, okay, it is her.
the Bible of didn't do anything. Been with me. Twitch is a dying platform
With his
Right.
kid?
and there's a slippery slope that comes with that, because if you're
I still don't understand it. I'm trying to find it, but I don't know. Maybe you can you guys can show me in the comments the video or something, or send it to me. But anyway, that was Melanie Mack crashing out about schizophrenic monsters. Oh my god, Jesus. Oh my days, that was... Bro, she was so incoherent that even I, who, sometimes is a little bit incoherent, became completely derailed at one point. Like, midway video, where she started talking about, like, attractive women in video games, like, I just got a brain fart. I just didn't even know what's happening anymore. But, yeah, anyway, that's about it. I really wonder why this all, happens. I really do. But I can't really find anything out. So, yeah, make sure to leave in the comments below why or how this came to be or anything like that, because I'm lost, all right? I'm willing, to side, or I'm not gonna side with someone, but I need to see both, sides. I need to see the context, because this was just the reaction, or this was just the aftermath of the whole situation, and from just the aftermath, I can't really do anything with that. If that makes sense. So yeah. Anyway, that's about it. Take care.